Alright, that's definitely gonna peak, but that's a good, we yell a lot. So, this is going to be a trial run, mainly because of the fact that I don't know how long Jesse can stand sitting next to me without throwing a gut punch. Oh! Hey everybody, welcome to Dungeon Frights and Anime Fights episode 10, this time live in front of you and in front of each other.
We have a studio.
We have a corner of my office.
Of your office, but it's a studio nonetheless.
And you got some cool snacks in there, look at that.
Yeah, I did not bring these snacks.
No, but look at them.
Look.
Yeah, double stuff.
Put these in here.
Just like us.
He's using my cubby. He's abusing the cubbies.
That was my wife. She was in here sleeping with the cat.
Ghosty's abusing my cubby.
The cubby. We got so much to talk about. It's been like a month.
Much.
It's been a month. We've had a session of D&D.
2 sessions of D&D.
2 sessions of D&D. We've had Pop Culture Con, which I went to, which you did not.
I did not go to, no.
So now we're kind of even, because you went to Adepticon without even inviting me, and I...
It's not true. He was invited. It just didn't work out.
Just did not work out.
But you would have had fun at Adepticon, but you weren't going to be able to play anything.
No, because I still don't know how to play.
Tomorrow, we're going to play our first game.
I'm going to learn how to play Warhammer. This is crazy. I don't know if I can do it. I can do it. Oh, I got this. But yeah, no, I'm going to be learning how to play Warhammer tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. It's like the one last cornerstone of nerddom that I haven't stepped my foot into.
Yeah, tabletop war games.
Yeah, war games specifically. Because D&D is still considered tabletop.
Yeah.
There's some people that just specifically use D&D Beyond.
It's true.
I can't believe that.
It's true. I can. It's easy. You can get a character done in 2 minutes on D&D Beyond.
That's true. That's fair.
But some stuff happened online.
Yeah, every single day it seems like something new is coming out about people. Luckily not us yet. You might find out that I'm attracted to feet.
We already know that. I'm just saying, I don't understand. It's like these people get like a certain level of popular.
Yep.
And they're like, time to talk to kids.
So there's a lot of things that... so for people who don't know, it seems to be a common trend that a lot of big streamers get caught talking to minors.
Yeah.
Recently, the big one that we're going to be talking about tonight is Dr. Disrespect, Cody Ko. I'm sure there's more recently. Sneeko got exposed, but he's also terrible.
Shocking everybody.
Shocking absolutely everyone.
Sneeko's a garbage person. I don't even justify that dude. He went off about Sketch being gay or having a gay OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, if you have a problem, if you were like, "Oh, what's up, brother?" a month ago, and now you're like, "Oh, I can't stand Sketch," get out of my podcast. I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
He did it with another consenting adult. Who cares?
He did it. He explained himself, which I gotta go into this. We're gonna start this podcast off
spicy.
It's very spicy. Sketch had to apologize to his audience for his choices. He had to be like, "I'm sorry, it won't happen again." For being who he is, which again, he's not really talking about it because it's out in the open, If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But, he did say something about, like, he was going through addiction, he was going through depression, he was going through a lot of stuff 2 years ago.
Yep.
And that's what ended up happening.
Yep.
So if that was, like, a way for him to make money that he was embarrassed of, that's fine. Still happened, still on the internet. You shouldn't judge him for that.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares?
Like you were saying, if you were, "What's up, brother?" a month ago, and now you're like, "Fuck that guy, I can't believe it, I'm never going to watch him again." He had America in a chokehold by the balls for over a month, and now because he's gay, now it's an issue.
Well, it's one of those things you gotta look at his target audience. His target audience typically are playing games that they lend themselves to.
A lot of people only know about Twitch because of Sketch.
Yeah.
because they see the TikTok clips and they're like, oh, what's that? You know, he's playing Madden, he's playing Call of Duty Warzone, he's playing this, that, the other. He gets along great with Jinxie. His and Jinxie's streams are some of my absolute favorite streams of all time.
Yeah, they're really good. And then you throw Queso in the mix with them and everything.
Oh, and it's just perfect.
And, you know, both Queso and Jinxie came out and said, you know, it doesn't change anything. We love him.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. It doesn't change anything.
Queso was actually like, he brought up the fact that when people were bringing it up, he thought he died.
Yeah.
Like, they scared him to the point where he thought that sketch had died.
Yeah.
But no, it's over. Nothing.
Yeah. Garbage.
Yeah.
But back to whole Sneeko. He's like, oh, he lied to his fans. He did this, that, and the other. He lied to his fans. He's a piece of shit. Blah, 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 blah. Sneeko. If you're listening to Sneeko, the guy who got obliterated by Moist Critical.
Oh my God. That's his only claim to fame.
Is Moist Critical roasted the shit out of him.
These are magazines, not clips. What? The delivery.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
He dressed up like John Wick.
Literally.
But it's one of those things. Why do we care? It was with another consenting adult. Why does it matter?
He posted it to make money in a dark time of his. You know, no one was going to know it was him. He didn't openly talk about it. He wasn't rubbing it in your face that, hey, I'm gay. Look at this. And just like trying to force it down your throats like some people think he is, which he never was. There's a reason why it took 4 months of him being the most popular, most talked about streamer in the world for someone to find out this about him.
Yeah.
So he didn't want it brought up.
No.
I will say, though, took the hit like a champ.
I did not have sexual relations with that man.
Maybe.
I'm just kidding. I did. Possibly.
Cat's out of the bag.
Hilarious.
That cat's out of the bag line, that delivery.
The dude never missed a stride.
Never. Never.
And, you know, props to the guys at the FaZe house.
Yep. FaZe really came through for him.
Because all that broke when he was there. I know we're just like two schmucks on a couch.
Hey, we got a couch, though.
We got a couch, though.
It's nice.
But it doesn't matter, you know.
Yep.
They're never going to see this, but, you know, props to those guys.
Yeah, no. They handled it incredibly well.
Yep.
Very mature. Not something that you would normally expect from FaZe Clan. You know, you think of, like, partying frat bros.
Yep.
No, they handled it very, very well.
Yep.
And, you know, the amount of people that have come out in support of Sketch during these times is just so admirable. It really is. Like...
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, way to make people who are going through that feel like they're welcome to come out. This man was loved. It came out. He didn't come out. It came out. Now he was one of the most hated men in streaming because of which.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who were like, oh, hey, he's just like me. Well, now I can't open up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, a lot of stuff has been coming up about a lot of different... online influencers, streamers, so on and so forth. Yeah. I will say I'm not shocked in the slightest about Dr. Disrespect.
No.
We knew he was banned for a reason.
My issue is like I love Dr. Disrespect. I love the crunchy smack talking.
Yep.
What
a good character idea.
Yeah. I love that type of content. I love However, that's one of the things I can't separate the art from the artist with.
Nope.
I just can't. I can't enjoy the guy anymore. I can't.
No. He
should be deplatformed.
Completely. In fact, Twitch going about it in such a silent way because he was so big.
Be careful. We're on Twitch.
No, I'm saying that was very admirable of them.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, like they were so quiet about it. They gave him a chance to be like, hey, you fucked up. Learn your lesson. You're not going to be on our platform.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
It's like a certain level of I reached this certain level of popularity. Time to talk to kids. I've talked to my wife about this because she works in childcare and such. And I was like, do you think what's with famous people and having to talk to kids? And she's like, it's only because famous people are famous that you know about it. It happens way more than you think.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But I'm just like, it's gross. It's gross. I've never had a conversation with a child and been like, this is a mature person.
Yeah.
I value this conversation.
Yeah.
Every time I'm like,
let's go play Fortnite. But no, like,
hit the gwitty.
Yeah, hit the gwitty. Oh, what are we hitting the gwitty? Oh my god. No, we talked about this a little bit when it first came out, and my whole thought process on it is the fact that a lot of people start streaming because they're lonely.
Yeah.
They want people to talk to.
Well, then they have a platform, and then people start talking to them, and then that's how it happens.
As much as I hate to say it, a large portion of the audience on Twitch is people under the age of 18.
Yeah.
It always will be. It's they got time to watch
It's
stuff.
the nature of the beast.
And so, people who crave attention get put in front of people who have all the time in the world to give you attention, and you start feeling like they really like me. Yeah. What's the word for it? Not platonic. Oh god, not parasitic either. There's a type parasitic. Parasocial. It's a parasocial relationship.
Yeah.
A lot of these people watch these creators 24 hours a day for years. And, they're like, oh, so-and-so is so funny. He loves sushi, but he doesn't like tuna. That's so funny. He's just like me. Yeah. He doesn't know you exist. And he shouldn't, because a lot of people apparently can't be trusted with that coming up. So.
No. But it's really all we're going to talk about it. We're not going to drag this out. The key points are, if you're famous, quit talking to kids.
Yeah.
If you have an issue with Sketch having a gay OnlyFans that posts some content with another consenting adult, goodbye.
Bye.
I don't...
No, genuinely. Like, Sketch is one of the coolest, most kindest streamers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a problem with that just because of something he did in his past, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. It's 2024. We don't need to be... Didn't need to be then either, but...
Yeah.
Especially now. There's no reason to.
Yeah, we're all grown up, We understand, like me and Jesty here, we understand that, there are going to be people that aren't going to like that, and there are going to be people who are incredibly supportive. Yeah. And we are to the point of age where we can pick a side, and, we're going to side in support.
Yeah.
So... But let's talk about, like, anime or Dungeons and Dragons or video games. Set. Yeah, there's a little bit of set going on here. It's a little nothing right now. This kind of just came to be. We got a free love seat. And I was like, oh, I have the bigger office, so let's just throw it in the office and use a corner. And my computer's right there, so it works.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, Plague has it's 49-inch?
49-inch.
49-inch curved, big fuck-off monitor.
I love the big fuck-off monitor.
Plague, I want you to get your phone. He also...
What?
Go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
It's a nice phone. Feels good in the hands, doesn't it?
No.
Why not?
Because it's too heavy. It's like the weight of a tablet, but the size of a phone.
Go lift weights. Why are you so weak?
I'm not. I'm stronger than you.
Bitch. Yeah, I got the folding phone. No, but listen. Okay, so I talked about this. Here's the reason why I got it.
So you can play Vampire Survivors.
I do love Vampire Survivors. No, so I needed to upgrade. I've had that last phone for 4 years. Charger port broke. I needed to get an upgrade. That exact week, AT&T was doing a deal where, hey, if you trade in any Samsung device, you get $1,100 off this.
Yeah.
So that becomes cheaper than a normal flagship. Just because I traded in my 4-year-old phone.
I understand. I'm just saying.
It's a good deal.
Plague's very much an excess guy.
I love excess. Food, technology, jokes,
anime figurines,
big booty titty anime figures, excess. I'm a maximalist.
It's true.
In fact, how bare these walls are is driving me insane.
Yeah.
I really need to do something about it. Yeah, I need to get some display.
Display sponsor us.
Yeah, please. Use code DFAF.
There's no code.
For maybe 15% off? I don't know. What do they usually do? I think it's 15%.
I don't know. There is no code.
There is no God, only Zool.
So we've had a couple D&D sessions.
Yeah.
We haven't played in Ghostie's campaign, but we've played in yours.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep.
Which is...
One you were there for, one you weren't.
One I was not there for, correct.
I can kind of go over a little bit of the one that you weren't there for.
Yeah, please do.
So this is more than a month ago, by the way. So I have trouble remembering. But we basically set things up to the point where if you guys have been tuning into the podcast, you know that I have a nice, fun little NPC character named Boomba. He's a little magical rock golem. He talks in a high-pitched voice, and he's just positive hero. I am the hero. I have no powers. Like, just a fun NPC. We got to go and visit Boomba's side of things. And, got to kind of meet Boomba's family and everything. And, there wasn't much to do because of the fact that I was waiting for everyone to be there to advance the story. But I just basically got to play as Boomba for a little bit, which was a lot of fun. We also ended up doing... It's been so long, and the last session was so much more exciting that I can't remember. That's sad.
Bummer.
That's a bummer. But I'm human. I forget things. I do remember going into the forest and meeting Boomba's family, which you got Boomba, Choomba, Doomba, balls fit in your mouth, and their father, Reginald. Choomba.
Like from Cyberpunk?
I have some news about that.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and hit you.
Talking about Lucy being in Guilty Gear?
Isn't that crazy? Edge Runners, anime of the century.
It actually is my favorite anime right now.
It's anime of the century. It's in Guilty Gear. They've never done a guest character.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners figure on here.
They don't make a lot of them.
No.
They really don't.
I have, so there's a Cyberpunk tabletop game.
Yes.
And I have I have a model. It's called The Moment. I showed it on the podcast before.
Yep.
But it's basically like, if you've seen Edge Runners, it's the moment when Atom Smasher is about to crush Becca into dust.
Into absolute
it's
dust.
Really the moment. That model makes me nervous to paint it because I don't think I'm going to be able to do as good a job as I want to on it.
So I subscribe to a lot of tribes on my Mini Factory.
Yep.
And recently what they've been doing is they've been giving like free model sample packs from people you're not subscribed to. Mm-hmm. And I got one, which is very obviously Atom Smasher, but its name is like Matthew Mahler.
Oh, yes. You sent me this.
It literally looks exact. It's a mini figure of Atom Smasher, but obviously for copyright reasons, it's Matthew Mahler. And I was like, you just got to start building a shrine of all of these like
Atom
minis.
Smasher minis.
Yeah, genuinely.
I want to do the Cyberpunk Edge Runners or the Cyberpunk RPG so bad, but every time I talk about it, all it is everyone telling me how bad it is.
A lot of people, because it uses the same system as Fallout, right?
Yes.
What is that called?
Special. Is it special?
No, it's not special. It's like It's like another acronym though.
But in that campaign setting, if your party members ever get out of hand, there's pretty much always TPK, which is Atom Smasher.
Ah.
It's like in the Star Wars RPG, always a TPK is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Darth Vader shows up, you're all dead.
There's nothing you can do. He is the main character.
Period.
Yep.
You are dead.
Yep. I do like that idea. I wish that 5th edition actually had something like that. I'm sure it does. I'm just not.
The issue is in 5th edition you can get to a point where you're killing gods.
Yeah.
Like Tiamat,
there should be no reason why a party of fuckos should be able to kill Tiamat.
My 12 to 21 shot here can kill Tiamat in 2 turns.
That's insane. Is this Timbits?
No, Timbits is a fairy bard.
Okay.
This is Fuckiest Thaddeus. The DM is named Thad.
Fuck that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. He is a paladin warlock fighter. He does like 300 and some damage a turn.
So he does some damage.
Yeah.
Cranston did more, but it's fine.
No, Cranston did not do more. But it's not an in-depth character by any means. It's a character that is just min-maxed for damage.
Yeah.
But now in your campaign, I'm playing an elf.
Yes.
I'm playing a scribes wizard.
There's a funny moment that last session where I was like, "Oh, Scribe wizards are cool as shit. I just gotta say
So the scribe wizard can copy any spell they see. Takes an hour to do it, but they can do it. And I'm an elf. I don't sleep.
You got all the hours in the world, and you live for 800 years.
Yep. So, the campaign picks up. I'm with your character in Ghosty's campaign's dad.
Yes.
And I'm in the library because Adamar is very like, oh, I like knowledge. I'm kind of a punk kid, but I still value knowledge.
Yep.
So I'm in the library. I'm looking through books, trying to find spells and stuff. And I ran into Dea's dad.
He's so dumb.
He's just a big dumb farmer.
Like the way that Adamar actually met Darius. My character's name is Dea, so I was like, the father's name is Darius.
He tried real hard with that name.
I tried real hard. Darius was in the back trying to read books about flowers.
Yeah.
And just can't read. He's looking at the pictures and he's like, I can't find this flower I'm looking for. So dumb. So
By the way, he had a field of it at his house.
Didn't know what it was called.
Don't know why it mattered what it was called. He knew what the flower was.
Well, yeah, but he had a special one.
I found plot holes. But anyways, Adamar goes and helps him. He goes and helps him pick flowers for a flower crown for Dea. We go back to his house, and a cult attacks, which is a big part of Dea's backstory.
Dea and Lucian's.
Dea and Lucian, who is JT's character.
Yep. Friend of the show. Critic. Really did not like our list of races.
No, he did not.
I did not
Out of context, that sounds way worse than it is.
I did not. It left my mouth, and I'm like, I didn't like the way that sounded. List of D&D playable races.
So the cult attacks, kills Dea's mom.
Yes.
We run into town. Dea runs off into the woods. Darius and I run into town. We run to the library where there is more cultists, and the library's on fire. Which really puts Adamar in a sticky wicket. This
was very fun to listen to. So as Jesse was saying, Adamar is very knowledgeable. He loves learning. He's a punk kid, but he values knowledge.
Yep.
And now this library with all of this town's spells.
They have local spells. They have.
Yep.
Knowledge on these plants. They have farming knowledge. It's just a farming village, basically.
Yep. And now it's burning.
But the library is burning. But there are cultists around us. Well, cultists in front of us.
Yep.
In like a huddle, kind of. They're all kind of bunched together. And Darius and I are on one side, and then Taldi comes in. Taldi or Taldi? Talvi comes in the door on the other side. So it really puts Adamar in a situation where he's like, do I help this old man fight these cultists, or do I get as many of the books as I can out of here? I ended up choosing to help the old man. Plague had to buff the health of the cultists because I went fireball and rolled real hot.
Real hot. So I believe they each had 26 health.
Yep.
There were 7 of them for one player character and one NPC to fight. I figured that's going to be a difficult fight. And then I forget that we're dealing with a wizard who gets to do fuck all damage all the time.
Yep.
He rolled 25.
Yep.
So 6 of the 7 were sitting at 1 HP.
Yep.
Turn 1.
Yep.
Okay, so they're all looking good.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun actually playing Darius.
Yeah. So, but we finished that fight. Darius dies.
Yes.
A pillar falls from the ceiling, crushes him, kills him. He gives Adamar, or I go see if he's alive at all. Find like a talisman. And I take that to give to Dea, which hasn't happened yet, but that's the plan, is to give it to Dea.
Yeah, no, you, So I was planning on killing Dayar because this is my campaign takes place in the past.
10 years or 15?
It's 15 years in the past of Ghosty, my wife's campaign. So these characters are they have set fates.
Yep.
I can't alter the fates. Dea is the way Dea is because his entire town and village died. His parents both died.
Yep.
I can't just be like, well, now Darius is still alive because Adamar saved him. But it worked out perfectly because you rolled a nat 1.
Yep, I rolled a nat 1 on a dex check.
Which was one of the falling pillars that were on fire. Ended up landing on Darius and immediately crushing him. He had less than a minute to get out what he needed to get out, and that was it.
So he died. Adamar ran through, grabbed any books that he was looking at earlier that hadn't burned yet, and ended up getting 4 books out.
Yep.
3 of which were magical. 1 was just knowledge.
Yep.
But the Color Scribes Wizard.
Thank God you told me.
I looked at Plague and I'm like, so are these like spell books? Like there's a lot of spells, or is it 1 spell? And I could tell he was mulling it over. He was gonna say there's spells. And I told him like, be careful, because of all of a sudden, he's like, oh yeah, there's probably like 30 spells in each. I'd have been like, a dog.
Well, now you're just late game. Wow, this one tells you how to do Wish.
Yeah, except for I
Still couldn't cast it.
I couldn't cast it, and I can only copy spells. I believe I have to double check, but I can only copy spells up to the highest level I can cast.
Okay.
But I like to play my characters thematic, so I took spells that would make sense that he would find in these books.
Yes.
So like plant growth,
lots of nature.
I took some druid spells.
Yeah, it's an easy way to put it. I let him basically.
Each book had 1 spell, or 2 of the books had spells. 1 of the books had cantrips.
Yep.
Or had a cantrip.
Yep. So we got to pick 1 cantrip that he wanted. I wanted him to pick whatever he wanted because he went through the trouble of. It was a reward for helping Darius.
Yep.
He could have easily, which again I wouldn't have did anything negative because he didn't help Darius. But he went the extra mile. He did both that he wanted to do, even though Darius ended up perishing. I was like, okay, you get 2 spells. Pick whichever ones you want from this level or lower, and 1 cantrip.
Yep.
Any of them you now learn.
Yeah, I looked at Plague and I was like, be careful.
I almost completely ruined my campaign with this one simple trick. This one trick.
I could tell you were mulling it over. I'm like, he's about to give me too many spells.
Too many spells. Too many spells.
So another thing the College Scribes Wizard can do, and why it's able to copy spells like that, is because I can switch damage types of spells.
Oh, really?
Yes. But I have to have a spell of equal level of that damage type.
Okay.
So I can cast Cloud of Daggers.
Make it like acid damage.
But I can make it any of the damage types that's in Chromatic Sphere.
Because you have Chromatic Sphere. So you have access to all types.
Yep.
Because you thought ahead.
I can't use Chromatic Sphere for Fireball. Fireball's a different level.
Gotcha. Speaking of which, Cloud of Daggers, such an underrated spell.
It's so good.
It's so good.
But I used Cloud of Daggers, but fire damage against the ogres in the
That's right, you did.
Session.
You did. I'm really liking the way my campaign's panning out.
I do too. It's a very like Monster Hunter-esque. Monster of the Week type.
Yep, there's a bit of lore and backstory. I do feel really bad because with the move, last episode we talked about me getting a house. We got a house. That took up a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's still taking up a lot of time. So it's really hard to kind of get sessions in.
Yep.
And especially when I had set up more lore-heavy, role-play-heavy sessions.
Yep.
So we haven't had combat besides you and JT in
2 sessions.
3 months time.
It's true. So yeah, we haven't been playing in Ghosty's campaign either.
Yep, but that's changing this Saturday.
Yep.
Back to Ghosty's campaign.
Yep. Back to Torv and Dea.
Torv and Dea. I would like to think that the only reason why Torv is around is because Dea was able to save him so many times. The gut punch is coming. I told you guys. Watch this.
I'm not getting punched in the gut. I'm
Yeah.
punch you in your fucking nose.
No! I love my nose! The B stands for bees.
The B stands for bees. Yeah, the campaigns have been fun. Your campaign's been a lot of fun. We don't typically do back-to-back sessions of yours.
Yeah, no, mine's usually a once a month session. My wife's is usually once every 2 times a month, once every other week.
Yep.
But because of all this, and she has been a trooper, she has been doing so much extra, so I was like, I'm sure everyone will understand if we just skip for a while you focus on all the stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
Because she is also an artist, also has a lot of commissions that she needs to get done.
Drew the logo for the podcast.
Yeah, that's just a little taste of her art. But I like to joke around that anytime that I'm not forcing her to do something, and that sounds also very bad, forcing her to like watch a show with me or play this game.
Plague likes company.
I like company. She will be drawing.
Yeah.
All the time. And it's great. It's one of my favorite. I love watching people be passionate about the things they're passionate about. Yeah. But it's like I'm the one that pulls her away from art. But yeah, she's been
too. He pulls me away from my art too. But he doesn't feel bad when he does it to me.
Well, yeah, because you guilt me. I'm the one that ends up feeling bad because you guilt me. What do you mean I don't feel bad? You're like, oh man, I got 9 hours of painting done in 2 days because my buddy's not on to play games.
It's true. It's true. I'm just like, I get online because I get online late because my son goes to bed. And with Plague's new job, he's tired at the end of the day, which I understand. Mm-hmm. Not throwing shade. It sounds like I am. But
no, I know when you're throwing shade and when you're not. No, you're being genuine.
But I get on later, and if I'm not playing games with my brother, there's no one else on. Mm-hmm. So typically I've been painting my Warhammer stuff, which I totaled up my points of just painting my. So I have just of Age of Sigmar, not of 40k.
Okay.
Because I got a 40k rant. We're gonna rant about 40k in a minute.
I didn't know about this.
Hang on, I gotta pull this up because I have all my points totals in here. Of my, I didn't save it, did I?
Uh-oh.
No.
Do you have a guesstimate?
So of my iron jaws, which are like my buff orcs that I was talking about, I have about 9,000 points painted.
Oh.
Of my cruel boys, which are like my tricksy orcs, I have about 4,000 points painted. And of my Gargants, I have 3,000 points painted.
So I've only just recently learned that Age of Sigmar, or Warhammer in general, uses a point system.
Yep.
So, bigger things cost more points. If anyone's confused, that's basically the gist of it.
Yep.
A normal army is usually about 2,000 points.
Yep, so competitive-wise, and just standard play-wise, is 2,000 points.
So you have 9,000 points worth of orcs, giants painted?
I have 3,000 points of giants painted.
What was the one that was 9,000?
My iron jaws.
Jesus Christ.
Which is like my buff orcs, they're riding pigs. It's that model you bought me.
Ah! Good set.
Yep.
Good set.
Yep. But I've really been knocking out painting. I've been painting like crazy.
Because I haven't been on.
Because he hasn't been online.
I love company.
When he is on, we've been playing a lot of League.
Finally got
And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I've gotten back to a point where I'm actually okay at the game.
Yeah. Being good at the thing you're playing usually helps enjoyment levels.
Yeah.
I will say that.
It was like a switch flipped. Actually, what happened, I'm a dirty League player, is I made a Smurf account, and I played for a few days on my Smurf account by myself. And that helped me rehone my skills without just getting absolutely stomped in games.
Oh, sorry. So it's kind of... So we actually had a bit of a rant about Smurfs like a couple of episodes ago. Yeah. This is the one time where I feel like Smurfing is the right way to go about it.
Prior to me coming back, I hadn't played League in probably 6 years. So I came back, I'm like, I just want to get some intro games in. It's not like I was stomping people out either.
Yeah.
I did get a quad with Set because I did what Set does.
Set do be doing that.
Set do be doing that.
So if you guys don't know, there's a character in League of Legends named Set who is...
He's my boy.
And this is an endearing term, a himbo cat boy.
He's the best.
He's the type of person where he's like, his fists do the talking, legitimately. And he has a move where the more damage he takes, he kind of counters it back to them in like a big seismic wave. Fun fact about League of Legends players, people will always forget that Set has that. So they'll always focus the Set. He takes a bunch of damage, turns around. Whoof!
As long as you land it and you hit a whole team, you're killing one person.
At least. And they'll always forget.
Yeah.
They will always forget.
You're usually catching like an ADC without an escape.
A support that's just standing in the middle of the fight.
You're chunking out support where they're like, I have to leave this fight.
I can no longer be here.
Yeah. But yeah, I made a Smurf account just to get my feet back under me so I can play with most people that are new to the game.
Because you kept going back into games that were technically high level.
Yeah.
So back in the day, League of Legends was limited to level 30. Once you hit level 30, you were max level. And you could have someone that just hit level 30 or someone who had been level 30 for 5 years.
Yep.
It's all the same pool.
Yep. But now,
uncapped.
it's like level 836. And I just hit level 30.
Just hit level. When you stopped playing, you were like level 27,
28.
28, yeah.
And I always made the joke that when I hit level 30 on my main account, I'm like, I gotta stop playing League now.
You've hit it. You've done it. You beat the game.
I've played the League of Legends.
I've played the League of Legends.
But we've been having fun playing League. Playing a lot of ARAMs. What happens is we play an ARAM to warm up, and then we're like, that was fun, and then we just keep playing ARAMs.
Because ARAMs are fun. For people who don't know, ARAMs it's an acronym for all random, all mid.
Yep, it's one lane.
One lane, your champion that you get is randomized. Everyone's is randomized, and you're just, it's not serious.
No.
It's just, hey, here's a random champion, go have fun.
Yep, and I've been, like, our last, 9 games, I've ended up getting a tank and just been a problem.
Because that's your main role in, everything you play.
I got a triple with Leona that one game.
Which was so weird. So weird.
They just couldn't handle the Leona.
Leona's in your face, just bearing down the might of the sun.
Howdy.
Hi.
That was the game. Plague had a real rough game that game because Annie was just on him all game long.
I forgot about the fucking Annie. Annie was on site. Anytime I just happened to show up, just I died.
She had 6 kills and they were all on Plague.
It was all me. But still, you would look at the Annie and be like, bitch.
Kill her, kill her, kill her.
No, it's a lot of fun. League of Legends is so much more fun when you don't take it seriously.
It's so much more fun when you have people to play it with.
Yeah. It's kind of depressing when you play by yourself. Trust me, I would know.
Yeah.
I'm level 800 something.
836.
Yep. So.
I'm pretty sure it's 836.
Yep. I would not be surprised.
But my 40k rant.
40k.
So,
Go.
You might not know this, but my favorite army in Warhammer 40k is the Death Watch. The Death Watch is basically all the Space Marine chapters put together. Like, they're elite troops. Their specialty is they kill aliens. They're real good at it. They have special equipment for it. They have, they have special training for it. They're the elite of the Space Marines.
Got it. They're like the Death Troopers in Star Wars.
Kind of.
Okay. Anyways.
But they're pulled from every chapter. And this 2 days ago, Games Workshop announced that they're releasing a new book called Codex Imperial Agents, which will have the Grey Knights, which are like all wizard Space Marines.
Okay.
The Adeptus Sororitas, which are, I'm sorry for any 40k fans watching this, they're girl Space Marines. They're women in They're women in power armor, which is just girl Space Marines.
I love a woman in power. Armor.
And the Death Watch. But they said the only thing that's going to be in there is the Watchmaster, which is like the big leader, a named character, their plane, and one of the units.
That's weird.
Effectively, they took my Death Watch army and they went from what we know now, which could change the book comes out.
Things could always change.
Things can always change. But as it stands right now, I cannot play my Death Watch army. And I bet I have over 20,000 points of Death Watch.
It's been that stripped down?
Yeah. from what we know.
That's a bad feeling.
Yep, I've been building this army since 7th edition. It's my first 40k army. It's my first Warhammer army, period. It's been a labor of love. I have all my first painted models still in the army. I bought my first painted models again and repainted them.
Nice.
But now it's like they just rug pulled me. It feels like, and this is an army that came out in 7th edition, 3 editions ago.
Okay.
And they just went, yeah, we're gonna just.
Well, to be fair, it does sound like they are being like, hey, we don't have everything yet, but here's what we do have for this specific troop.
Well, the thing is, though, is in that thing they said, oh, the Grey Knights, they're going to get their own book. But they specifically only said the Grey Knights. And the Sisters of Battle, the Adeptus Sororitas, they already have their own book. They just got their new book.
I'm guessing the Death Watch does not have a book.
No.
That's a bad feeling.
Yep. And they said, oh, if you have a Death Watch army, don't worry, you can just play them as regular Space Marines and ally in a detachment of Death Watch.
Ugh. But that's not Death Watch.
Yeah.
You want to play Death Watch. You don't want to play Diet Death Watch.
The Death Watch Reddit is
mad.
Up in arms. They are angry.
I'm sure.
Because, like I said, they just rug pulled the entire army out of the game. And granted, the Death Watch is the smallest group of players. It is the smallest percentage of players army-wise.
Really?
Yes.
You would think that the elite of the elite would have a lot of people in it.
It's one of those things like, why would I play these guys when they're just elite Space Marines? Where I can just play Space Marines, get more guys, get more equipment options, etc.
More support.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, but again, you added this into the game.
Yep.
People are going to be mad when you take it away.
Yeah. And people are like, oh, I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it'd be like if so there's Harlequins.
Okay.
Which are like,
they're space clowns.
Yes. But they're space elf clowns.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They got added to the game. They used to be a specialty unit, but now they're their own army. They got added to the game in the same box that Death Watch did.
Okay.
It was the first box I bought. It was a bunch. It was 5 Terminators, 10 regular foot guys, 5 jump pack guys, and a character. Versus Space Clowns, which was like 10 guys, 2 of the little air hover motorcycles.
Nice.
And one of the bigger ships. It'd be like if they took Harlequins and went, nope, no more Harlequins. You can only take one of these units in an Eldar army, which are space elves, regular space elves.
Gotcha.
It leaves a real bad taste in my mouth.
I get it. It makes you feel like you can't trust them with, like, why should you dedicate yourself to another faction when that could just get torn away?
Yeah, and I was trying to explain this to my wife. My wife is not nerd at all. Not nerd, no nerd, never.
Never. Likes Game of Thrones.
Likes Game of Thrones. We have been watching House of the Dragon. I'll talk about that after this.
Go ahead.
But I was playing this to her, and she's like, "That seems shitty." she's like, because I remember when you bought your first box. So that's not that long ago.
For those of you that don't know, Jesse and his wife have been together for like 15 years.
10 years, 11 years.
I was overshooting on purpose. Holy shit. They've been together a while, so yeah.
But she's like, I remember when you bought that box, and we're putting it together and painting it. And she's like, you're a much better painter now. And I'm like, didn't feel needed, but thanks.
Just had to get you with the knife in the side.
My wife's my biggest critic. She's no nerd. No nerd none of the time. But I can hand her a model, and based on her reaction, I can tell if I need to do more work or not.
An unbiased judge is always the best.
Sometimes I think she's a little mean.
I'd rather her be mean than too nice.
I'll hand her a model, and she's like, oh, yeah, this is a good start. And I went, oh.
But this is done, and it's been 20 hours. Oh. See, I much prefer criticism when it's negative.
Yeah.
Because then I know that I need to work on something.
Yeah.
I am the type of person where if you say, yeah, it looks good, I don't believe you. There's got to be something I can do. Mm-hmm. But if you're just flat out like, this part here, this leg looks like shit. Okay, let me focus on the leg. Now I know what I need to do.
So when we do the paint-a-thon, we're doing a paint-a-thon.
We're doing a paint-a-thon. We have built my army.
Yeah. We built the
Sorry, I had to get it out.
We had to build half a Scaventide, which is the new Age of Sigmar box. Plus, you have a couple models that I gave you that aren't painted. basically Plague got my Adepticon team army plus the Skaven type box because I don't really have an interest in playing Skaven. Not that they're a bad army, it's just not an army that interests me.
Yeah.
But Skaven are basically just a bunch of rat dudes.
So, it just thematically makes sense. Yeah. I love sticking to a thematic.
Yeah. So we're going to have a paint-a-thon. We're going to paint rats crazy.
Mm-hmm. I do have some primer spray, by the way. If we want to just spray them all,
yeah,
like, we can just do that.
Yeah. We're going to have to prime them.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Me too.
It'll give me an excuse to paint again. I've been wanting to paint for a while. It's just...
He's going to be latched. Tune into the Plague paint streams.
It's true.
When he starts painting on stream.
Tune into any of my streams, please, because it's been so few and far between that I really need the support right now.
Yeah, you and me both. I need to start streaming on my own channel again.
Oh, did you stop doing the Monday night streams?
Yeah, I've been so busy.
Yeah. Having a kid.
Moving Plague.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of Moving Plague.
Moving Plague has been a consistent thing for the last month. Almost to the day. I cannot believe we've been in this house for a month.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
There's a running joke for a while there that every single time you came over to hang out, hey, now that you're here, let's do this.
I just want you to know this is the first time I've been here that I haven't been put to work.
Yet.
So far.
So far. In a certain turn of phrase, I might put you to work.
But I don't mind helping. I like helping out friends. It's not a big deal. I just like giving Plague a hard time about it.
It was pretty consistent.
Yeah. But we're going to do a paint-a-thon. We're going to paint your army.
Yep.
And then hopefully Plague will get to go to Adepticon with us.
Yep.
Well, he is going to Adepticon with us.
Hopefully I'll be able to play in Adepticon.
Yep.
I want to be to that point that I can actually play.
Yeah, you feel confident.
I'm fine losing in pools. I play fighting games for fun, so I'm fine with losing in pools.
Yeah.
I'm used to the feeling.
Yeah. But I lost my train of thought. It's gone.
Gone? Paint-a-thon.
Yeah, we're going to do a paint-a-thon. We're going to paint the half a Skaven type, which is 40 clan rats, 3 of the rat ogres.
Oh, they're so cool.
3 of the sniper rats, the sniper rat leader.
And the wizard.
And the wizard. By the way, the sniper rat leader, so good.
Mm-hmm. They're all really good.
So in Age of Sigmar, there's a rule where it's you can't shoot characters if they're within X range of a friendly unit. Protects your characters. The sniper rat leader says, yeah, but me and these sniper rats here, we ignore that rule.
Who cares if we kill a couple of Skaven?
So, well, the sniper rats can shoot characters. While the leader rat is by them. They can shoot characters without ignoring that rule.
Gotcha.
So, let's say I have a kill-a-boss, which is just like an orc dude on foot.
Okay.
You could potentially just kill him, and I lose all the buffs that he would give my units, and I can't do anything about it.
What can I say? That sounds dope as shit.
It is. It's super cool.
So you actually showed me what one of the groups in my faction used to look like for the last 30 years.
Yep.
The Rat Ogres recently got updated in this new set.
Really good.
They look fantastic, especially when you compare it to what they've looked like for the last 30 years. They just look silly. And now they actually look like threatening fucking rat bosses.
Yep.
But no, when you showed me that picture, I was fucking dying.
They're so bad because they're just like...
like, this is what they look like a year ago, and I'm like, that looks like it came out...
No, that's what they look like a week ago. You could buy that model a week ago.
A week ago.
But, yeah, we're really excited.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wonder... So
I really hope Plague likes it, except for I worry that he's going to fall into the deep end if he decides he likes it.
That's what I do.
And he's going to have a pile of shame like the rest of us.
Oh, I'm wondering. I had this thought. So it's already happening. But I was wondering if we could have like kind of sort of a bit of a joint venture with your favorite shop in our city. Where we stream Warhammer from their shop.
So we've talked about it before with that shop.
Have you?
Yes.
Okay.
When they were in a smaller shop. And it would have worked then.
Won't work now?
It won't work now. The shop's too big.
Too big. Too many people.
Yep. The shop's too big. You have to like kind of build a rig around the table. At Adepticon, when we go this year, we can take a look because they have. So Games Workshop will actually they stream it on Twitch, the final rounds, and like if an army is really painted cool, they'll have them on the stream too.
Okay.
But they have like a custom rig that has cameras and stuff.
Okay. I'm just saying. A little bit of a joint venture,
Not an impossibility, but I don't think it'll be with the store. It might just be us.
And then we get like a little corner of the store, and then we make that our office, and then, hey, look, it all works out.
Store needs to get a little bigger for us to have an office in the store.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Personalities. Couple of goons.
Yeah. You telling me a crab goon in this rag?
What the fuck? You can't just hit me with that.
Crab ragoons.
I actually have not heard that one. That is a genuine reaction. I did not hear that one. Some other stuff happened. Like I brought up, I actually went to a convention. I really like this convention.
Yep.
It's basically I can kind of give it away. It's a pop culture con, so it's a little bit of everything pop culture. Anime, lots of Star Wars, Star Trek. Specifically this year, they actually had George Takei there, and they had a bunch of the actors from, like, they have Rosario Dawson from Ahsoka, who plays Ahsoka. Bunch of stuff like that.
Anthony Starr.
Homelander was there. I asked him to sign my breast milk, and he was like, how the fuck did you get this breast milk? And I'm like, don't fucking worry about it, Anthony Starr. But no, all of them are so much nicer and shorter than you would expect.
Yeah. And fun fact on Anthony Starr, he's afraid of heights.
I saw that video where he's getting
lifted up.
Oh, fuck you. My reaction too, bud. Genuinely. But no, went to Pop Culture Con, had a great time. I'm not really ever going to cons for like, oh, so-and-so's going to be there. That's the sprinkle on top. I'm there for the ice cream. And to me, the ice cream is Artist Alley. I love going to the booths. I love helping out smaller businesses. My wife's an artist, so I like supporting artists and buying prints. And this year, the selection was fantastic. I got a couple of really good prints, a couple of anime waifu figurines because I'm a degenerate, and I never win anything. Genuinely, never win anything.
You people can't see this thing. The picture he sent didn't do it justice till I got here.
Yeah, no, like I was like, this thing's fucking big.
This thing's like the size of my torso.
Yeah, so I love fighting games. And I love Street Fighter specifically. Street Fighter being my favorite of the...
It's our game that we play a lot. If we play each other competitively in a game, it's probably
Street Fighter. I really like Akuma. I'm not good at Akuma, but I really like Akuma. And so this Pop Culture Con that I went to, it's being put on by a hospital as like a benefit for charity.
It's a benefit for cancer.
It's a benefit for cancer.
Yep.
And so they had a bit of a silent auction where all the proceeds went to cancer research. I, again, super down, love that. I'll throw my hat in the ring. So I'm going around, and remember, this is Pop Culture Con, and this year they had a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Star Trek, a lot of Kratos stuff, because the voice actor for the OG Kratos was there.
Yep.
Lots of that stuff. They had like a real life-size Blades of Chaos at this auction. But yeah, they had a silent auction with all this stuff. And then I see something that's out of place. I see a 4th scale Akuma statue. I love statues.
Yeah.
I love figures and statues. Behind me is like a $500 Gwen statue from League of Legends. I love collecting statues. Gwen. She's so good. But I was like, that looks out of place. Why is that there? I'm like, I'm genuinely thinking, I'm like going in beast mode. I'm like, no one at this convention gives a fuck about Street Fighter. So if I were to win anything, it would be the Akuma statue, because I'm the only person in these walls that cares about Akuma. And so sure enough, the starting bid was like $75, and it was the type of bid where you could be like, you could just add however much you want. And you can put in a max bid, and if you get outbid, like it'll bid for you until you reach your max bid. Cool. I'll put in, it started at 75, I immediately put it at 200. Because I know what statues are worth, And I knew that thing was probably worth more than $200 on the spot.
It was worth more than that. A lot more than that.
It was.
He stole this thing.
I stole this thing. So, I put in a vote for $200 thinking, okay, that's enough to where someone won't just try to swipe it.
Yep.
But it's also enough because I'm going to get profit. At minimum, this thing is $500. Because, again, this thing is 1/4 scale. It is big. So I found out, after doing a little bit of research, this Akuma statue is a limited edition. It was a run of 750 pieces for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And currently the last sold listing for this exact statue was $1,200.
Yeah, you stole this fucking thing.
And no one else, like I thought, no one else bid on this goddamn Akuma statue.
It's insane. It's nuts.
It is huge.
I thought it was like the size of like this Gwen statue.
No, it is probably double, I would say, like mass-wise.
Oh, triple mass-wise.
Yeah, no, and it is probably about 45 pounds. It is solid. And yeah, no, I'm just so happy. So I got a $1,200 statue for $200, and not trying to steal from Cancer, no one else was going to bid on it, probably, because I was the only one who bid on it. So I basically gave $200 for cancer research.
Yep.
I'm doing my part.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I usually never win anything, but I was like, this is out of place. I know this. I like this. I'm going for this.
Yep.
But yeah, no, other than that, like I said, I was going up and down Artist Alley, taking a look at all the cool stuff, and, you know, lots of good prints. Mm-hmm. I bought a couple of statues, a couple of bunny girls. I went with a couple of friends. I basically blackmailed a buddy of mine to going, because they were initially like, I don't want to go. I was like, but I want you there, so what if I buy you breakfast? And they were like, shit, dog, I'm in. You buy me breakfast, I'll go with you. I ain't spending money.
That's all you had to say.
But I'll go with you. So, got an extra person going with us, and yeah, it was a good time. Did not spend as much as last year. Last year, I spent like $800.
Yeah, but he actually got something cool this time, so...
I got a Goro Majima Dakimakura. Sorry, that sounded like absolute gibberish.
You also got...
the man.
Loki Frog.
Oh, there... Yeah, no, I wish the camera...
He has this 3D printed...
Terribly 3D printed.
It's this frog. It has one eye, and it has Loki's hat on.
That I can grab for you. That I can grab. I cannot grab that 400... Or not 400... That 45-pound Akuma statue.
Look at this.
So last year, I bought a blind box. Yeah. And this fucker... Look at his butt. Was in there. I asked, because I haven't watched Loki. I was like... So is this like a part in one of the episodes where Loki becomes like a weird frog dude? No.
No.
Someone just made this, painted it terribly. Sorry if you're watching. Painted it terribly, put it in a blind bag.
It's like...
Our one viewer is this exact guy.
They
talked about the Saturn II. I like these guys. But no, just random Cyclops Loki frog. I don't know why.
Yeah.
This has become my mascot.
I hate him.
He's a thick-ass boy.
He tries to hand it to my son sometimes, and I'm like, don't.
His son likes Loki Frog, but he's too sharp and solid for him.
Yeah.
So I will be passing the torch when he turns 2.
That will not go in my fucking house.
This is going in your house. Next time I'm over at your house, because I have actually stepped foot in the residence.
Yes, the joke is over.
The joke is over. I have been inside of your house, and you. And
Nope.
Cat's out of the bag.
Nope, it's not.
Next time I'm over, though, I'm just gonna...
There's no cat in any bag.
Have you ever seen the TikTok of the father that, like, has a toad behind his back and just sets it on the table? Ah!
Yes.
I'm gonna do that with this, and then it's just gonna stay there. Who is commenting? I do see a comment. So my computer is like at least 450 miles away right now, so I can't see who's commenting. I'll get up.
This 48 9-inch monitor, but the text is all the same size.
Excuse you, I seen it and told you. Yes, so that was my wife commenting. My wife actually is the one that took notice of the Kuma statue.
So she was the observant one.
I was making my way around. I was checking everything.
Walking fast.
Faces past.
Oh my.
But yeah, no, my wife actually pointed it out and she's like, isn't that Akuma? I'm like, oh my god, that's Akuma. No one here would know Akuma.
Have you seen that video It's Guile, and he walks into the cave, and he's like, Akuma. Akuma, you gotta get out of here, man. I can't. I've been edging for like 6 months.
I've been edging for 6 months. My edging streak. I'm going to Akuma.
Can we open a window or something? No, even a slight breeze will ruin it.
It's gonna goon off of a slight breeze. I've been there.
But
yeah, no, it was a really good time. Not too much happened. Just walked around. My wife went with me this time.
That's probably why I didn't spend so much.
I'm good with money, I promise. I'm also really good at spending it.
So weak.
I am very
I'm nervous for him at Adepticon. He can't walk up to booths and be like, this game is almost cool, and then walk away.
God, you obliterated that man.
So, I don't know if we've talked about this on the pod.
I don't think we have.
So, last year at Adepticon, I stopped at this booth, and this guy was here the first year. It's been there every year I've been to Adepticon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's this game, you know, like the blocks that like snap together that you like played with in school.
Legos.
No, not Legos. It's like a cube. It's all the same shape. It's all cubes.
Mother Mega Blocks.
No, Mega Blocks are the same as Legos.
Oh, like the math cubes.
Yes, the math cubes. It's like that, but you build a ship
Out of math cubes.
or a robot. Out of math cubes, and there's like little attachments that go onto the math cubes.
Okay.
I played a demo my first year at Adepticon.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
I know the story, so that's why I'm
smiling.
you can
the game's really cool. Almost cool.
Almost cool.
But you can buy like the whole set for like $100.
That's a good deal.
I walked up to this booth, and this guy saw me walk up to his booth, and really I was trying to go around his booth because he was on a corner. And he saw me and he started walking towards me. This dude heard me go, this game's almost cool, and walk away.
I will say, one of my hardest things, one of the hardest things for me as someone who is socially awkward is going through these conventions, and I want to be nice. I genuinely just want to be nice. I want to be like, okay, you're coming up to me, so I'll talk to you. I might buy something, I might not. I'll try not to buy something, but usually I'll get
suckered into it.
I'll get suckered into buying something. Yeah. And so you are a different man. You're a different beast than me. Because that would have killed me for the entire day. I'd be like, I have to leave.
So in my defense, last year at Adepticon the last 2 years, I played in two-day events. And basically, the only time I've had to shop the vendor halls is in between rounds. Mm-hmm. So I maybe have 20 minutes. Going. I may have 20 minutes between rounds, so I'm just... Mm-hmm. This year, because it'll be your first year, you'll know the guys by then, because we'll be playing at the store more often. But yeah, I'm only playing one event since it's Plague's first year. I'll be able to hang out with the boy and go and do demos and all that sort of stuff.
I'm very excited for the demos.
This year at Adepticon, they demoed the Halo game, which actually plays like multiplayer Halo.
We have to talk about that.
Oh! It happened. Speaking of Halo, it happened. They canceled the show. John Halo himself, gone. No more John Halo.
No more John Halo with his helmet off. I'm sorry, I don't know the actor. Who's the actor for?
No idea. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because.
But he plays John Halo.
He plays John Master Chief Man.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was in his contract. Did you know that The Rock? Sorry, side tangent. Did you know that The Rock has a snippet in his contracts with every single movie he signs, where if there's a fight, he cannot lose said fight.
Yeah, that's why him and Vin Diesel tie every fight.
I wonder if that was in John Halo actor's contract, that I'll play Master Chief, but I have to have my helmet off as much as possible.
So here's the thing with the Halo series. If they had him just be like some no-name Spartan, no problems.
It would have been so much better if it was a bunch of ODSTs.
Fun. Well, that too, but ODST from like a movie-wise, I think is better. I don't love the ODST game.
I love the idea.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's Helldivers.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But if they would have been like, oh, this is Spartan SC33 or whatever.
Yeah.
Corbin or whatever, and it would have just been that, no one would have said a fucking thing.
It would have been a pretty cool show, except for the fact that they called. Oh, JT told me this. What was it?
They called the capital city of Reach City.
Is that lore accurate?
No. I don't remember what it's called, but it's not Reach City.
I gotta say, Missouri, you a fucking dog. You named one of your cities Kansas City just to confuse people with small brains like me. That's what the showrunners did for Halo. Like, it's Reach City. I can't believe it.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, what's this? Earth City.
I'm honestly shocked we don't have an Earth City.
We do have a New Earth, like, hiking trails.
It's true.
But
in Minnesota, there's a city called Blue Earth.
There is Blue Earth.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's canceled.
It's canceled. No more.
There's not much to talk about.
Thank God. I can cancel my Paramount Plus subscription now. Okay, so here's my toxic trait. I have the 3-episode rule, right? But if you get me through 2 seasons, or if you get me through a season, I'm hooked. And I have to see how
to see how it ends. Yep.
That's why I was still watching The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I've been watching John.
I'm
Halo.
sorry.
Yeah. Walking Dead.
Really should have ended after like 4.
Yeah.
What are they? They're still going. They are still going.
It makes me a rabid animal.
My hyperfixation when I was in high school, very weird, was zombies. So I was playing a bunch of like zombie games, survival games, and then The Walking Dead got announced when I was like a freshman in high school, and I'm like, I'm on the right timeline. And I started watching it. Like, that first season is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It is a very good show.
What happened? I thought you weren't the bad guy anymore.
What happened? I thought you were the bad guy. But no, that first season was really good. And, you know, the comic series is good. But then season 2 came out, like, 6 months after season 1 ended. And I'm like, oh, that's quick. Okay. And it just got so saturated. There was just too much Walking Dead. And this was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was already like, okay, this is a little much. I don't need to spend 2 hours in this exact one scene. Because that's kind of what it was, those early seasons.
Yeah.
Like, it was good, but I was like, oh, fuck, this is getting to be a lot. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, maybe when it's over, I'll watch it all.
Yeah,
It's been 10 years and it's still going, and I think, spoilers, Carl dies?
Carl's been dead. Carl's been dead for a while.
That's like the only main character they've killed.
Because the actor wanted to pursue college. It's like
he was a child when he started, and he had to kill himself off because he wanted to go through college. I think your show's been going on for a bit too long. Just a bit. Glenn dies?
Yeah, Glenn dies.
Like, I'm sorry. I am the type of person where I like One Piece. But I think that One Piece has a lot of story to tell. I will watch 1,100 episodes of One Piece. But if I don't think that there's a story there to tell, and if nothing is happening,
yeah,
I immediately lose interest. And that's how I feel The Walking Dead has been. No one of importance has died except for Glenn and Carl, from what I know. And again, you know, they're on season 10. I finished season 3, I think, was the farthest I got.
Yeah. So, but you know what has been fun? And actually, the story isn't super great. Looking back at it, the story isn't paper thin.
What is it?
Kaiju number 8.
Okay, yeah, we did need to talk about this.
I love Kaiju number 8.
So I think the story is there. It does have a good story. I think it's a generic story done well.
Yeah.
Which there is nothing wrong with a generic story done new and well. Every story's been told. It's just how can you tell it again to keep my interest.
Yep.
Kaiju number 8 is really fucking good.
It's a lot of fun.
The characters are great.
Yep.
The main character is a 30-year-old dude.
Yeah.
He's 32-year-old dude. Just a frat bro.
Yeah.
Good personality, super funny, you know, relatable because I'm 30 now.
Yep. But this This show does the most aggravating thing, where it's like every episode's a goddamn cliffhanger.
Every single episode is a cliffhanger.
And so the outro song is actually really good.
It's by also Black Bear, right?
Yes. But the intro is by Youngblood.
I like the intro a lot.
So do I. But the outro, it's actually a good song. I actually like the song a lot. But it'll be like super intense fights, and then like it'll be like, you know, when an anime character's like at their peak level, and like it's like the line illustration. It'll be like that, and then all of a sudden, nobody got you the way I do, and I want to punch a hole through my monitor every time. I'm just like,
that just shows me how invested you are.
Yeah.
Because usually it's like, okay, on to the next. Okay, on to the next.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like, you're on the edge of your seat. You're wanting to see what happens, and then it's just lighthearted music in the most intense moment of your goddamn life.
Yeah, so Kaiju number 8 does a very good job of, it's a fun, silly anime, but then, like, it has these moments of, like, a lot of seriousness where...
There's a good mix.
Yeah.
There's a very good mix of lighthearted and heavy.
Yeah, I'm not overwhelmed by either one.
How do you feel about blonde girl? I cannot remember her name.
The main powered up chick?
Yeah.
She's an alright character.
Okay. I know that type of trope of snooty, tsundere girl, a lot of people are on the fence about it.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the best ones.
Yeah.
I absolutely love her. I'm sorry, I cannot remember her name for the life of me. I think this is tsundere done right. Because you see her break in like episode 3, where it's like, okay, she's actually not that much of a bitch. She's just playing it up because she has the power to back it up. She can be a snobby little bitch.
But her dad is also like the general of like that army.
Yeah. So she's got...
and his weapon, so when they kill like high-powered kaiju, they basically chop them up into weapons. So his weapon is made out of kaiju number 5.
Okay. I am not this far.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch it.
I know, we're getting there. This weekend we're gonna get caught up.
His like suit and weapon is so goddamn cool.
I'm excited. Yeah. So, Kaiju number 8 reminds me a lot of my favorite manga. It is a new manga that's still currently going, and it's getting an anime this year. But it reminds me a lot because it came out at the same time as Dawn to Dawn, which is lighthearted when it needs to be, serious when it needs to be, aliens and ghosts. Like, the easiest way to explain it is one of the characters doesn't believe in ghosts, but ghosts are real. One of the characters doesn't believe in ghosts, but believes in aliens. Vice versa for the other character. Turns out they're both real. And they both get super cool powers because of it. Just the pacing, the characters, super funny. And I get a lot of that in Kaiju number 8 because it came out around the same time. Just Kaiju 8 took off and got an anime sooner. But yeah, no. When Dawn to Dawn comes out this year, please give it a watch. The manga's fantastic. It's done by one of the editors for Chainsaw Man.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, Kaiju number 8's really good. Me and Kristen, my wife,
You're doxing you over there?
Every single time I do this, you know, everyone knows.
She's in the other room watching, so...
Yeah, I'm doxed.
Doxed you.
She's been doxed.
She's been doxed.
So we have been watching a bunch of, like, episode 1 of random anime. That's what we've been doing a lot recently.
It the 3-episode rule.
No, because there's just a lot, and I don't have a lot of time. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to watch this episode. I've seen a clip of this. I'm going to watch this episode. Seen a clip of this. I'm going to watch this. We have watched 2 of note. One of them is called I Am No Longer Allowed in Another World, I think is the name. It is about a suicidal man who gets isekai'd and does not want to be isekai'd. But it's a lighthearted, funny anime. Sure. So it's just him trying to find ways to die again so he doesn't have to be alive anymore. Super funny. The charm is all over the place. Like, The first episode basically has like the isekai welcome girl where it's like, you've been transported to our world to defeat the Demon King and save the day. And he's like, I'm okay. And he just starts like chain smoking to the point where he's trying to kill himself. And she's like, hold up. I've done this like 65 times and no one has ever acted like this. Everyone's just an arrogant, pompous asshole who's like, I'm the hero now. And this guy just doesn't want it. What's wrong with him? I'm so intrigued by this man. And she like now has to follow him and try to get him to not kill himself. It's great. We've also watched another one, which I forgot the name of. But I'm sure you've heard the song. It is about like my best friend is a deer.
Me in high school.
Go ahead.
I'll tell the story after you finish here.
Okay. There's not a lot to it. It's very, if you've ever watched like Konosuba, it's very Konosuba. It's there's a not Nisekoi. Oh god, what is it? It's the 4chan Yatsuba, whatever. I don't know. The most insane, dumb, funny show. Just there's 3D CGI deer, and one of them turns into an anime girl, and she is like an eldritch being, but she's just a deer. Really funny. I don't really have a lot to say about it. I don't want to spoil. Again, we only watched the first episode, but it's very funny, and the theme song is a bop. So go check that out. Just type in Deer Girl Anime, and you should find it.
So I'll leave it on this. When I was in high school, I ran for student council or student body vice president, and my best friend in high school, went for president. But his persona, not fursona, it's important. Persona.
Potato tomato.
It's an animal though. Was Bumby the deer.
It's sounding a lot like a fursona.
We made signs around the school that were like, follow our deer leader. The Woodlands Party.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like a little mock debate and stuff with it. So these girls in our high school are very much like, I want this for my college applications and yada yada yada. And my buddy Bumby and I ran as a joke. We had a mock debate, and he wore a deer mask, like the horse mask, but it was a deer, and I wore a squirrel one.
I didn't know you were a squirrel.
Yeah.
This whole time.
I was Nutkin, the sassy squirrel.
What a name. Keep going.
We had two signs. We had follow our deer leader, and we had why dance with the others when you can dance with the squirrels.
Nice. Ran as a joke.
And we annihilated them.
Landslide?
We had 70% of the votes. There were 4 groups total.
That's crazy. I guess 7 people voted for you to get 70% of the votes.
I don't know how small you think my high school was, but not that small.
Oh, sorry. 20 people?
Look, it was a mandatory vote. Everyone had to vote. It wasn't an option.
Sorry. Keep going.
So, out of the 80 votes, we had 70% of them.
That's still really impressive. I'm not going to... That is insane.
But we ended up winning that, and like you said, my best friend's a deer. That's what made me think of that, because he was Bumby the deer. That's his thing. I'm pretty sure it's still like his...
I think you would actually really like that anime. I think it's kind of that dumb, turn your brain off and have a good laugh anime that you would really enjoy.
But that's going to be it for us tonight.
You think so?
New set.
Yeah, I genuinely can't think of anything else to talk about. We've been so busy and doing a lot of fun things, but it's just, haven't been playing a lot of games.
No.
You know?
But it's going to change. We're going to start playing Warhammer.
I know, we're going to be playing some Warhammer.
Next podcast episode, Blake's going to be like, I fucking hate I hate Giants. Played one, I was like, you know what, I feel good, I'm going to play the Giants. And then Jess brought him out, and I never want to fucking play again.
I hate Warhammer, specifically the Giants. I actually, I'm excited because I have a weird innate ability to just click with something.
Yep.
And I cannot wait for the gears to start turning for Warhammer.
It happened with Blood Bowl.
It happened with Blood Bowl. I will say I click easily, but it takes me a little bit to get past that.
Yep.
But I'll get like 60% adept at something, and I'll stick there for a bit.
Yeah.
But when that happens with Warhammer, I'm going to be like, ooh, I'm going to fucking wash Adepticon. Easily getting first place.
No.
Crazier things have happened.
Look, I don't think you understand. When you play someone who's like a good player, like I like to think in our community, I'm a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I went 2 and 3 at Adepticon.
Got it. Got it. I am very excited though. My first game is tomorrow night. I'm a little nervous. But I think it'll be fine.
Plague to the store and introduce him to a bunch of the guys. Like he's my girlfriend.
I was just gonna say, you're gonna fucking show me around and like
he's my trophy
everyone
wife.
gets a turn.
He's my trophy wife.
I'm gonna leave you with a funny story. I'm gonna leave everyone with a funny story tonight, and also you're gonna have to see me get up to turn off the stream, so it's gonna be a little awkward at the end. And I'm not even gonna cut it out.
What are we gonna gwitty up to this?
What are we gonna gwitty up to? I might just do a whole song and dance.
Ooh.
I'm gonna leave you with a fun story. Hey, you like Magic the Gathering, right?
Yeah.
Do you also like wiping your butt?
I don't know if I like it, but it's a necessary thing.
So, as of last week, there was a big Magic the Gathering tournament, and they had a bunch of white chairs for the people in the audience. There are pictures of the war crimes that have been committed to these white chairs. Stain after skid mark after puddle. If you are a fan of Magic the Gathering,
wipe your ass.
Wipe your ass. If you're... you know what? I'll go even more broad. If you are a fan of anything and you go out to something for said thing, clean yourself.
Dude, it's a weird
Be
thing.
presentable.
It's a weird thing with game stores. Game stores have to start enforcing cleanliness, like personal hygiene rules.
I hate feeling dirty.
I do too.
I hate it.
I have to shower sometimes twice a day.
If I get to the point, when your deodorant wears off right before bed,
yeah,
and it's like I get a little whiff, and I'm like, I want to shower before bed.
Yeah.
I do not like being dirty. I don't understand how some of these people can get to that level.
Yeah.
It's like that meme of go to the bathroom, you are shitting yourself. Not yet. Not yet. I'm okay. How do you get to that point?
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I found out that that at this Magic the Gathering tournament, or it was like an event or something, just next time they're going to have to pick some brown stools because apparently it's just too hard to wipe your ass. So wipe your ass, folks. Stay hydrated. Play things that you enjoy and watch things that you love. Kiss your homies goodnight. You got anything?
No, I think you nailed it.
Oh,
he's widowy gwittying. He's widowy gwittying.